Alrighty, how are we all doing, everyone? It's time for some more blueprints. And just to kick things off while I quickly look through the live tab and make sure everything is good, I completely forgot to hit save on my notes again, so whatever notes I made yesterday, I've pretty much lost. I know the only notes that I made, maybe only notes. I'm very tired as well, my throat's hurting. This could be a terrible stream, as always, but I know that I made a note about, where are you? Where's OBS? I made a note about Karasia here. And I know I updated these rooms over here. Like we put a study in there, which I've put back, wherever it is, and the Queen. There was definitely another room for the Rook. I don't remember what that was, and yes, I did have a quick scrub through my footage, but I couldn't find it. But apart from that, I don't think I made terribly many notes. I know I made something about the security monitor there. I think that was about it. I do need to update these, like for example room 46, there's stuff I can update there. But I've not done so before starting the stream because I'm lazy. Well, I'm not lazy, I'm a full-time job, I've got other stuff to do, so yeah, I'm a little bit behind here, but I still think we're going to get a lot done during this stream, so as always, we'll see how we go. Primary goals for today. I want to read the book in the library, and I want to check out room 46 in the outer room, because I did check that out at the end of the previous stream, and there's a deed in there. I need to see what that is and read it. Preferably with a magnifying glass, which I don't have. And the more I'm thinking about it, the more I'm thinking, let's just fill up the fountain again. It's highly unlikely I'll go down there. And that way I can keep the pool drained and pick up the pair of trunks in there. Room 46. I saw that on the desk and got very excited. Nothing's changed there. I'll take a screenshot of that, but I don't feel that's changed. I think that's identical. Somewhere behind the fireplace is the monk or whatever it is, the angel. Those people have not changed at all. Alright. That has not changed. What is this? Certified copy property deed, Lord Arthur Clementine to Lady Orevay of Trinsdale. She's very up on the right-hand side of the family tree. A new Finn Clark Stationers Reddington Fanaries. Satisfied of record 05131912. 13th of May 1912. Do I need to know that date? I think I might do. That might be a safe code. That's all we see. That's the only page, and I'm hoping we don't need the magnifying glass here. Hopefully not. Know all men by these presents that Lord Arthur Clementine, rightful owner of the land that rests in the northern range of the Reddington Mountains, doth grant and convey to the bearer of this document, Lady Orevay of Trinsdale, the land, forest, and waters of the sheer cliffs that rest in the northern shadow of the Holly Leaf Mountain, with all the rights, privileges, and I can't pronounce that, hit thereunto belonging. What is that word? Appurtenances? Appurtenances? I don't know. Boundaries. The property of Mount Holly consists of dense woods flanked by cliff walls, irrigated by mountain spring streams, and punctuated by several runoff waterfalls. This area is sheltered between the summit's northern slope and southern, spanning across 80-odd acres of land. The property is situated southwest of Reddington, bounded on the south by steep crags and abutting the east by the high road to Tanner Fork. Covenants. I, Lord Arthur Clementine, covenant, promise and agree with Lady Orave, her heirs and assigns, that I am lawfully seized and possessed of the said premises, that the same are free and clear of all encumbrances, that I have good right to sell and convey the same to the said Lady Orave, her heirs and assigns, and that I will warrant and defend the same against all lawful claims and demands whatsoever. In hand and seal, I make my mark in the grand year of Fen Aries, 1912. Lord, I assume that's Arthur Clementine, but it's written weirdly. This doesn't tell me much. At least I don't think it does. Do I need the magnifying glass? I mean, this is so secret that we had to create this room outside of the manor to find it. Alright, well, I think last time I was in there, I used the office to, or one of the computers to order a magnifying glass. If I see it, I may come back out here and take a look. Excuse me. Once again, I'm sick. Really? Very similar to the last time. Also, no, I've not decided what color to use yet. I need to write down the various chess pieces. I know that knight can give us 3 hallways, just like that. Wow. I know that the knight can give us a new room, the armory. I know that the pawn is basically nothing, you have to swap it when you hit a certain rank. But, I need to write down the rest and see what they do. Look at that, 4 corridors just like that. What the hell is this? Swing Carcass wishes me a speedy recovery. Yeah, I'll be fine. Just give me a bit of time, I'll be fine. Magnifying glass. I'll take the running shoes, I'll take the sledge. Hell, I'll take it all. I'll take the bedroom, but I won't enter there just yet. Because I have the magnifying glass and I said I wanted to go outside and see what it does, and that's what I'm going to do. I'll take the courtyard there. Never mind, I won't. I'll come back for you. That X does make me concerned, but right now I'm not sure why. What is a new Finn Clark? I assume that's a person's name, but a new is a very weird name. That's got to mean something. That date. 13th of May, 1912. Alright, well that's terribly disappointing. I don't see anything here. That, I think, is a clue, but I don't know where to use that. They've got a couple of safes that we can't open. I could try 0513 on a couple of those. But I've got to be honest, I thought we'd get more than that. Alright. What bullshit is it going to throw at me today? The box next to this box contains gems. The box next to this box is true. That has to be true, correct? Let's pretend that's false. One of these two other boxes has to be true. Therefore, this has to be true. The box next to this box is true. If we pretend that's false, one of these two boxes is false, maybe, or both of them are true, or one of them is true at least. And that will be a contradiction. This has to be true, no question. The box next to this box contains gems, could be true or false. The box next to this box is false. Nope, that's bullshit. So that is false. That one has to be true, which means the gems are in here. Easy one. Okay, this is not great. I'm already being hemmed in. So something that I was thinking about was the mechanarium earlier today while I was at work. How many mechanical rooms do we actually have? Rotunda doesn't count. I thought that may have counted. Is it going to show the icon here? It is. Okay, so from room, what is that? Room 31 onwards, we have mechanical rooms. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I forgot about the workshop. We've got 6 mechanical rooms here. So I was thinking that there's 4 exits, but maybe we can get additional doors in that room. I think last time we went in there was just 2 doors. The clock tower is not even mechanical. I've only got 4 tomorrow rooms plus the clock tower. That's kind of disappointing. So I could potentially get up to 7 doors in the mechanarium if I craft all the other rooms first, but that's kind of hard to do. Alright, what's over here? Speaking of, I'm starting to doubt whether I need this room or not. It definitely served its purpose earlier, but now I'm starting to wonder if I really, truly, madly, deeply need it. Alright, there's another one. I may as well go for it. Although I've got no items yet, so which way do I want to go? Let me go to the east wing. Game's really trying to hose me early today. Hell. Alright, I'm not going that way. Broken lever. Actually, I've got a couple of items. Can I do anything here though? I need the battery pack for that. I need the coin purse, damn it. I can make something with that, but I don't know what. I'll go for that, but that could kill me right here, right now. Compass, we can do something. Right, there's another item in here because I can count. That is 7, not 8. Where's the 8th item? I thought I miscounted yesterday as well. Okay, I can make a couple of things, I think. I can also make the pick or whatever it is. Sadly, I do not have the missile detector, otherwise I can make the glass. Can I make anything here? I cannot. Wow. If I find the metal detector, I have to come back here and make the glass and try and get to the freaking chapel. Where am I going? I've got to go all the way around now, which is not great. Burning a lot of steps here for no benefit. Useful. Doesn't matter which way I go. We'll get some steps. We'll get some steps back here in a moment. I think Archives is a better play, but I want security. I had 2 dice, so maybe security was not the correct choice there. I'm doing that because I have the lockpicks. And until I've read every document, so I really do think I need to focus on the magnifying glass. That actually could be helpful. Because I've got the sleeping mask. I'll take that, but that could hose me, pun intended. Depending on where they show up. Right, let's go there. I've got no gems left, unfortunately, which is not great. Nice. Yeah, I was worried about that. Yeah, I'll do it. I'll take those. I'll lose a lot of steps, but it's fine. I'm expecting this run to die very shortly anyway. That one. It's 8 points, but that really doesn't help me all that much. Oh, come on. I've only got one green room so far. I may as well go for the boudoir. Don't have a shovel, so the kennel's not that helpful. Four dice. I need to start using them. Pantry, I don't want to go through the lost and found. Oh, it's like that. One of the things I definitely want to try doing today, apart from, you know, potentially grabbing the key out of the music room, which we'll find out in a moment if we get that, is I would love to draft a freezer near a furnace. That I can't ignore. But it means I've got a lot of reading to do. So I could maybe get over to the other side through here, but I've got a lot of work to do to get over there. A new book. Thought that was a key card for a moment. Let me just see if the music room is here. Huge and huge. But I'm more interested in the music room. He's still my beating heart. Now, if it's in here, the reservoir is filled, isn't it? So I can use the boat. I'm pretty sure the boat will be on the bouncing side. I knew it. I freaking knew it. I knew that would be in here from the moment I read that description, damn it. Okay, we're not done with this run. I need to go back down. Find among the whites. Yep, that has not changed. Let's go back down again. So I know what that's supposed to represent. Denotes it in verse. Teal Trooper, how you doing, dude? Fingers crossed. Yep, we got it. I would love a... I'll go in because I want to pat the dog. But unless there's a key or a gem in here, passing the dog is strategically not the best play. And I know it. Okay, so it wasn't a waste. We could have potentially dug there. Can I get one of these dogs to dig? I take the dog with me. It's so cute. Yeah, doing alright, just coughing a lot as always. Alright. I have a clear objective for this run at least. But that's going to have to wait until I've read this book. I have a 5th sanctum key. Yeah, I was hoping we could find something else to craft something in the workshop, but I don't think we'll get that. Nothing near there. Alright. I have water near me, but I don't know how long this is going to take. How large is this book? Fuck. Oh god. Alright, I'm going to be here a while. A New Clue by Marion Marigold, graciously gifted by Simon P. Jones. Sundial Publishing, 1988. Which keys have I found? I found 5 sanctum keys. Well, I've just picked up a 5th. I found the room 46 key, the reservoir key, brain not work good. One sec. Just looking at my screenshot. I found the clock tower key and I found the station key. I more or less figured out immediately that this one here was the music room. That's one I've just picked up. I don't know about the other 3 just yet. It mentions the throne, talks about a vault, and behind the last door of 8, I assume that's down to the sanctum. Could be somewhere else though. Oh god, alright. I'm losing my voice, but I need to read this book. There's nothing hiding on the checkout card. Alright. All he needed was to find a new clue. If he found a new clue, he'd know what to do. If he knew what to do, he'd likely tell you. For you are looking for a new clue too. It's rising, honestly. Yeah, this is the problem I've got now, and this is why I wanted a magnifying glass. Nothing's jumping out at me here. Rouse 8. Mouse Holly, maybe. Does that say something? Don't know. He had retraced his sketches and studied the files, reviewed all his cases and gone through the piles of the evidence present and precedent evident, and retraced his steps as it stretched on for miles. That sentence though. Looks like the basement. There's something readable over there. Arts. Dead cases, laboratory, closet, attic, furnace, and solarium. Screenshotting that. They're all dead ends. So I hope that's not supposed to be us when we're older, because if so, I've got questions. Suspect list. I can barely read that. First one, don't know. Richard Scott. Someone Mayford. Sandra Dillon. Bo Lee. Charles Riskel, Christoph Clark. And it looks like it's the same list on the left-hand side. Saving that as well. Corner cases. Parlour, patio, nook, office, library, pantry. 4 of them are ticked. But there's 6 there, okay. He had looked high and low, and I see it already. Okay. He had looked high and low in all of the rooms. He had searched every corner in each of the tombs. In this particular case, he had checked every space. If he found a new clue, he'd know what to do. Just bring up my notes on the other screen. You can't see them yet. Just got to find some room to type some stuff up. All right, that'll do. So on the bottom line here, actually, let me start from the top. We have 8, 12, 1, 5, 14. Three, 13. 4 and 9 are above that comma. They're close together. 6. 2. 11, 7, 10. Okay, every number from 1 to 14 is on this list. Does that mean L? LD. LDR, maybe a code. No, if it's a 14-digit code, then that doesn't make a lot of sense. LDR, comma, LDRE, comma. What about the word? Maybe it's the word all checked. All checked corner case. That was on the last page. Okay, hang on. All checked corner case rooms. Not that. Had A low case. Oh, fuck me. Okay, I know where this is going. I've seen this. I mentioned this previously. I've seen this. Clue. I know exactly where this is going. Found, although that doesn't make a lot of sense. 12. Where's 12? Oh, get up there. Trying to put my control on the lap and then use the mouse and the control at the same time. In. Why did my computer just freak out there? The rooms. That's got to be it. All checked corner case rooms had a low case clue. Low case. I saw it. I saw it on the very first video. Fuck. Okay, hang on. Where's the previous page? I need to write those down. Parlor, patio, nook. Yep, the nook and the pantry is where I saw it. Library and pantry. Right, I just want to check something very quickly. I know what the answer is. I don't know exactly where it is though. So let me just investigate this. Is this the chapel? That's the angel with the scepter. We could be looking at the tomb here perhaps, but these kind of look like the candelabra in the chapel, which I've tried a couple of times to light now. Well, one in particular on the previous stream. Keep left. That's interesting. Keep left. But I was unable to draft the chapel on the run where I had the burning glass. I know two of those words and I don't remember the third. So I don't believe I have the appropriate screenshot, but I'll take a look. These rooms have just been mentioned, and I noticed I had a look at video 1. The first thing I do in video 1, other than going outside and checking out the grounds, is I made a hallway, and then I made a pantry. And I checked that video like the same nice as I did the clock tower puzzle. And I looked at the notes on the video, and that was the notes here. It's very low res because I've taken a screenshot out of OBS. But I noticed here that the font is identical here, except for this word here, which says bridge. That's in lowercase. And the next room that I've crafted, the third room that I ever crafted, was the nook. And unless I've got the screenshot showing the puzzle, where is it? Nook, Dartboard Puzzle 1 and 2. Let me just load those up. Yeah, have a look at this. So I was reading this one as well. A journey noteworthy. take notes. It's literally the third thing that I saw in the game. But you can just see it there. The word there is beside, and that's lowercase, and it looks completely different to the rest of the note. So if this is a thing, then that may be beside bridge. And that is what I was thinking about the other night when I was playing this game. But I didn't see anything beside the bridge. I recall seeing something in the patio, but I don't recall what now. There's also something in the office. All checked corner case rooms had a low case clue found in the rooms. I don't know why it says low there and not lower, but that's got to be it. This has to be something. This on the right, though, looks like the... I assume it's a chapel. I know about those candelabra, but I haven't been able to light them yet. How many more pages we got? 7, holy fuck. I don't want to read this anymore. He looked and he looked under beds and in nooks. He questioned the maids, he questioned the cooks. It was already over when he spoke to the chauffeur, who told him new clues were found only in books. Right, I'm not seeing anything there now. Yeah, I can see that little smudge next to low here, which is basically you need to stop what you're doing and magnify it. To Tanner Fork. Okay, so term after term that the library loaned, and the books that I can't read. So term after term that the library loaned, and the books that he had, that he already owned, were searched from their covers all the way through. He found a new clue, he'd know what to do. Clock's hour. That's not the golden hour. Oh, that looks like an entirely different time. Is this a thing that the previous page said keep right or keep left, sorry? But this one's telling us to turn right. There's some names of books on the right. What have we here? Tender Cipher, Luna renamed, Uncle Orr, Draft the Sixes. Grabbing a screenshot of that. Tender, Luna. I'm thinking of the gallery. We do have a 5 letter painting in there which says thick, but I don't see how that would... But it talks about a cipher there, so maybe we have to translate that into something, I don't know. I don't see anything else here. He changed all the letters in the lines that he found. Oh god. He checked all the colours of the spines that were bound. He doubled the meaning of each seasonal greeting and found that the diction of each word was sound. We've got enough words for our mother already, really. But now you want me to put Mary in there. Okay. Gates. I mean, we have seen the word gates before. That was in the 44 room message, which I've completely forgotten what that is. What is it? If we count small gates, 8 dates crack 8 safes. So what if we count small gates, steps? If we count small steps, 8 dates crack 8 safes. That I'm not sure about, but okay. Rice and rice. I've got no idea what that's supposed to mean, but okay. Screenshotting that. There's a lot that I don't know how to interpret here. Draft the Sixes, that was one of the books. Anagram, really? What's that supposed to read then? Draft the Sixes is the fixed something. Let me just figure that out super quickly. There, these are my words. Draft the Sixes. The fixed. What does that say? I'm not sure. I don't think that reads anything. The last word is RASS. Like that. But I can't think of any like anagram that we can make out of those letters. R-A. No, I've missed T, so. The fixed stars. Unless there's something else we can do. RATSS. Draft the Sixes, shifted extras, the fixed stars. So is that telling me maybe that I need to perform a similar trick with this book here? Or these books here? Like if I say Luna renamed, or Tender Cipher, maybe we can do something there, but that's that is asking me to put those into an anagram generator or something. Because I ain't got no time for that. Uncle Law. Okay, dang, how you doing? Like, that's asking me to, yeah, it's asking me to use an anagram generator for that because I do not have time for that. I mean, 8 letters there. You think I'll be able to see something in that, but I can't. Alright, that's something I'll look into later. Not sure what jaw and law is supposed to mean. That I don't guess. Okay, he stayed up all night and studied the maps. He laid out the floor plans and measured gaps. And if his directory was considered a trajectory, it was nothing short of a full mental lapse. Yeah, that's how I feel. Sledgehammer on this thing, maybe? In the entrance hall? I've got to go back though. I absolutely need to go back there. I don't recognize this room. But that's us. Three more pages. A mad obsessed and cuckoo too, they would say as he would wander through The best medicine is not yet evidence. If he found a new clue, he'd know what to do. Don't know why it keeps repeating this word when it doesn't rhyme. Which is maybe telling me that I need to read through the lines, so to speak. Like maybe one line off there, one line off another page. I don't know. What have we got? This kind of looks like a train station. Well, it doesn't, but I think of all the people around him and think they're going to work or whatever have you. And we did see the train line, the train station near the safe house downstairs, but I don't think that's a thing. Colors. He's holding 5 books here. Don't know if that's supposed to be representative of the bookstore, but he gets 5 books. And then he's holding 4 books here, and they look somewhat similar to these books here. A large purple book, a small red book, 10 to cipher, and a thin blue book there. Is that something? I don't know. Your brain feels like a sponge, but instead of absorbing things, someone is squeezing everything out and it's replaced with air. Good stuff. Alright, there's something on the right there. And having read this book so many times, having scoured over each of its cryptic lines, have you exhausted your search? Have you seen all the signs? I mean, I've seen keep left, go right, and now stop. I can definitely read some things on the right there. Alright, so what have we here? Dead end major key. That was the code that we saw in the root cellar, I think. Actually, I don't have a screenshot for XYZ ABC. Where are my notes? No, it was in the root cellar. XYZ ABC clue in root cellar, but I've not screenshotted it. No, I have. Never mind. I'll shut up. It was this. The blue underlined line. That's not even a sentence. The blue underlined sign. I'll get that right eventually. We see XYZ ABC underneath it, and now we see it in this book here. Dead end major key. There are 12 major keys. No sign has been found yet. A blue sign. I mean, we have a red sign here. There's a blue sign there. Okay, that's got to be something. Don't know what. Seen all the signs. Don't know what that's supposed to mean, but let me screenshot it anyway. I have a lot of screenshots here. Hell. Oh no. XYZABC. I see the word library there, so I need to check that page. Green, red, violet, blue, page A, word X, page C, word A, page B, word Y, page Z, word X? Assume page count starts on title pages. That's the train line. I've got a screenshot of that so I can come back to that and take a look. I need to find this page. I assume it's in this book. Yeah, it's this one here. And yeah, okay. That ties directly back to that. Okay. I'll come back for that. Or is there perhaps something new? Something overlooked, but now in view? Have you finally found it? Could it really be true? If it's a new clue, you know what to do. This, thankfully, is the final page. The suspect is minor. The suspect is major. The suspect is minor. Hello. That's the network. The suspect is a key. Alright, well, let me try and solve whatever's going on with these books, because this has to be something massive. Assume page count starts on title pages. So what am I looking at here? X, Y, Z, A, B, C. Let me grab a screenshot of this page. Screenshot of that. Screenshot of that, and I don't know what I'm doing here, but let me just open these last 3 screenshots up, and I'll get to work. So you've circled these words here. Oh. Covers. Talk about the way here. And you're pointing this to X, Y, Z, A, B, C. Didn't quite have that screenshot. Let me check. I mean, that's fairly self-explanatory. As to why we need that, though, I'm not sure. Let me just grab the other info now for these screenshots. I'm not going to lie, I thought I had all of that screenshotted and not just, okay, never mind, I'm full of shit. Let me grab that. And then we'll grab that. And then I think we can close those and save that. All right, what am I looking at here? Assume page count starts on title pages. Red, green, violet, blue. So we have red, green, violet, blue on the right. Page A, word X. How do you translate these to numbers though? Assume page count starts on title pages. So what? Let's say this is a book. Starts on title pages. So this will be page 1. And this is page 5. So this here is page 10 and page 11, but I don't see how that helps me at all. Page B, word Y. I've not forgotten about this XYZ ABC thing. Unless maybe they're just supposed to mean 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, like X, Y, Z, A, B, C. I don't think it's going to be that simple though. And that's sort of leading me back towards whatever was written. Where is it? No, I don't think that's anything. So covers is pointing to this. Red, green, violet, blue. But the thing is, it's asking me to look for words in these books. 10 decipher. 1 moment. Yeah. I don't remember what the other books were called, damn it. So, Luna renamed as Realm and Rune. What were the other books? I don't believe the history of Arindia is going to be a thing. Swimbird was not a thing. We had multiple volumes of drafting strategy. I'm tempted just to go back and look through one of my previous streams when we visited the bookstore just to see what these damn books are called. But I can see what we have to do. We need to find a certain word in these books. But right now I'm struggling to understand this cipher. Yeah, I'm not set up for this, but I might just take a very quick look through the previous stream. I think I bought the books on that one. I'm looking through video 10 right now. Problem I've got is I have no idea when I spent my money and purchased all these damn books. Just gotta look for some very big numbers, I guess. 16. So I know I purchased 2 books in one run. Okay, 70 gold coins. That looks very promising. Okay, there we go. Bookshop. Just gotta paste it directly in here, which is far from ideal. So, Uncle Law is a new clue. That's an anagram. 10 decipher though? That I don't know. Let's not do that. Let's get rid of you. I'll just put you here for now. So it's literally asking me to find a word inside the new clue, or a new clue in this book. Purple. This program is just so hard to use. So purple is a new clue. What the hell is the blue book and the red book here? They've got to be something. It's not the Curse of Blackbridge. It's not the History of India. That's way too many letters. And it's not these issues of drafting strategy. So it's got to be one of the other books. Pumping maybe? I don't know. But what I might do is I'll look around in my video again. I just want to get to the library card or the library room. Finding that is going to be tricky though. It's hard enough finding the bookstore, looking at the number of points that I had. Right now I'm just trying to find a library. Because I did that at the end of the previous stream. I went into a library. Do I have the library drafted here at this point? I do not. The pump room. Alright, so looking at the final house that I drafted the other night. I do not see the library anywhere there, so it must have been on the previous day, day 33. Still on day 34 there. Oh, that looks promising. Okay, I found it. That said, I'm still missing a couple of books, but let me just... Okay, so the fixed stars is literally what the name of one of the books. I missed that. We can grab that out of the observatory at any time though, so that is not something that I need to book out again. Layer 2, please. I completely missed that the fixed stars was one of the names of the books. So, after sixes, blue is fixed stars. Really? This one I had nothing selected there. Blue is the fixed stars, no problem. What is the red book? The red book is 10 decipher, that is 12 letters. It's not Swimbird. It's not the pump system manual. It's not any edition of drafting strategy. Tender cipher. This I don't know. Wait. Hell. Yep. Okay, so this one's not in the library. Makes sense, I guess. So, two of these books, Realm and Rune and A New Clue, we have to get whatever is going on with this screenshot by checking out the books and then figuring it out. I almost hit that. Let's just delete you. So I need to figure out just what the hell this is referring to, but I don't understand what. I need that information so that I can pull, presumably, a word out of each book here. You've circled library, which makes me think that library is the word for this book. Purple, a new clue, the word is library. But how are you getting that information? This is page 10. So the violet book, the purple book, page B is page 10. Assume page count starts on title pages. I think that's how to interpret it. Word Y, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Seven, 8, 9, 10. I mean, that does appear to make sense. X, Y, Z, A, B, C. Let's put some spaces there. And then, I don't know if they run in the order like this, but that would make the most sense because Y, word Y, if word Y is library, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, that means that that is 7. Z would be 8, presumably. 9 would be 9, A would be 9, presumably, and B would be 10, presumably. And look at that, we're on page 10. So, I'm sorry, little man, I'm going to draw all over you. I said draw, not drool, promise. Rectangle. If that is correct, then what I want to do is this. The red prints, page 9, word 6. Roman rune. Page 11. Word 9. I'll check my work shortly. A new clue. Library is clue. Not meant to hit that. Trying to bold it and failing. And then I need to make that a bit bigger, don't I? Bear with me. This has to be it. And by that, I mean, it doesn't have to be it at all, but I can't think of anything else to do. But that makes sense, the fact that it's page 10 lined up. And then the fixed stars. We are looking for page 8. Word 6. Let me check this. These are all assumptions, but I think they're correct. This makes me want to go back and look at the thing that we saw on the root cellar as well, but I'll do that in a moment. So the red prints, 9 and 6, A and X. A and X, good. Page 11, word 9. Page 11, word 9, C and A. C and A, good. A new clue, we've got that. And then page 8, word 6, Z and X. I think we got that. And assume the page count starts on the title pages. Okay, that is something that I've got at least. Yeah, I'll save that as PDN. Don't know where you're saving to, but whatever. So you can totally see what I'm doing in the background there. So we've got two things out of this, I think. The first is this, and the second is I'm going to need to look at the corner rooms again. The suspect is a key. That's the diagram for the network. There's something else here as well, but I can't pick it just yet. But we've definitely got two things we need to look through, so... Oh my god, how long did I spend there? About half an hour? Yeah, there's no lowercase thing written on that. I had the patio earlier and I passed on that, unfortunately. Speaking of, what was I doing? I've got to go down to the sanctuary and open that door. Sanka, how you doing? That program you're using notes for is sick. You wish you had it for your playthrough? What is the name for it? Paint.net. It is basically just Microsoft Paint, except that it's slightly more extendable and you can basically draw layers and things, which I'm absolutely terrible at managing, but it does let you potentially do some fun things with it if you can just get your head around the layers and remember to use them. Yeah, this was the other thing. No sign has been found. Yes, I see X, Y, Z, A, B, C. I could translate that into numbers, I guess, but I don't want to. Blue underlined sign. I can barely speak. Alright, well, I'll see what else I can do with this run, but I need to get down to the sanctum. Yeah, okay, so here's a pantry. See the word Bridget there? I noticed that. And the next room that I crafted after was a nook, which we're going to pass through as we go back, so I'll show you that one as well. I think the patio word was buried, use my words, but I'm not certain. I'm going to have to go back and check. No. That kills the run. What was the word that I read, the 6-letter word? I've already forgotten. Fuck. That was something to do with the ciphers, and that was just an anagram. What's an anagram of thick? Alright, it's time to hose our run. The archives, I'm not going to spend long in here today, so I've spent long enough trolling myself in here. Looking for things that don't exist. She had to have been involved with writing the other books though if she's writing a clue like that. Agent _ Ray Gillette, how are you doing, dude? Is keeping phone pictures in random order a viable method of note keeping? Depends on who's keeping the notes. I've already looked through this with the magnifier, so I don't think I'm going to find anything else. Blueprints is greatest game. You want to erase all memories of it and play through it again. I would love to do that without Wilds. Yep, we'll go there. I'll grab my lunchbox. We'll have some pizza. I've got the lockpick kit, but I'm running into a lot of locked doors. Yeah, man, at this point I'd have to run into the greenhouse, which is actually possible, so let me do that. I won't go in there. If I find the patio, I'll use that, and then come back into the conference room for the gems. I mean, that's one of the frigging, can't make it. It's one of the books right there, damn it. Right, that's all pretty awful, but whatever. It's fine. I have no money with which to purchase any of this crap. Dare mode, curse coffers, which seems terrible, and blue tents, but I can't purchase that because I don't have enough trophies. I have 2 of them. I need 8 of them. Okay, we'll have to lose half my steps. Good stuff. That's right, I've got plenty, and I've got to go down to the foundation anyway, so it's fine. I can turn those into gems. But at this point, unless the foundation is going to take me somewhere incredible, I don't have anywhere else to go. And in fact, I don't, because we have no way into the antechamber unless we somehow, against all the odds, never mind, I can't do that either, unless we somehow, against all the odds, get a key card right here, and we don't. Maybe, just maybe, we can find a greenhouse on the right-hand side with a broken lever. But it's highly unlikely. Let me just do this before I run out of steps. Don't know why I pushed that button, it does nothing. Alright, so I really want to see Raja because I believe I can brute force that. May I ask what are my current objectives, just to get an idea where I'm at? So I've opened 4 of these doors down here. I've solved 2 sigils. I'm looking for the sanctum keys. I'm trying to book out the last couple of books in the library to see what I'm doing. I have no idea what the combination is up here. I've opened the door on the left. I don't know what the combination is. That's about it really. I guess I'm just trying to open these doors, find the sanctum keys, and move on with life. We've just picked up a key out of the music room. I'll open this, but I won't get there today. Also, at the start of this run, I made room 46 outside by using the Blessing of the Monk. I ended the previous run in room 46, and then I crafted room 46 outside and read the deed. So apart from getting a 8-digit number, I'm not sure what else it gives me. Raja? Okay, this one, I believe I can solve this. Sankey, you imagine you already solved the paintings message. If you're talking about, if we count small gates, 8 dates crack 8 safes, then yes, I've solved that. But I don't know what that means. Apart from the fact that the safes have dates in them, or we use dates to crack the safes. Give me a minute, I need to find something. So it's going to be this one. The problem is the rays. I don't know what the rays are. I say that because a Raja is purple or violet, and that is basically the violet color on the outside. That's violet. So I also don't know exactly how many motes there are. But we can set that to fertility. Like that. And then the issue I've got are the rays. Firstly, what are the rays? And secondly, how many are there? Could be that. I assume what we're looking at here is the top left corner, but that could be... I mean, that could be anything, really. I also need to find the key to her ladyship's diary, but I don't know where to find that. Could be that one. I just don't know. But if I'm brute forcing that, no, otherwise I've got to brute force a type of ray. How do I do that? There's like 8 combinations. I thought I had enough information to do this, but I don't. I do that every time, damn it. The only thing I can think of doing is going back into her lightship's chamber and checking again to see if there's a clue that I missed. Otherwise, I'm just trying to brute force it like that, and there's 64 combinations, roughly, give or take. There was nothing on the lockets. I hate this, but I might come back to this one. In your case, you would find at least 2 to 3 clues and brute force the rest. I hope it's not that, because I was thinking I had enough information, but I don't. I don't know how many rays, and I don't know the type of ray. If I knew those, then I'd have half a chance, I think. I haven't done this one, which I don't even know what country that is or what realm that is. I have not done Archeries. I've got no idea about that one, other than it is yellow. Maybe I need to go to the classrooms and learn some information. I've not done a classroom run yet. And until I unlock the classroom in the drafting studio, I kind of don't want to. I've seen it and I passed on it because I'm like, oh, those classrooms are already there. But then I read Drafting Strategy Volume 2, and now I understand. Do I move that over and fill the fountain? Well, I shouldn't move it over and fill the fountain. I should just fill the fountain. I just have my doubts as to anything over there which may or may not be useful, but the only thing I can think of doing over there is grabbing the burning glass and trying to light the candles in the torch chamber, but I don't think that's a thing. It's a gut feeling I have. I've got to go south on the foundation to try and keep the run going. If not, I think we're done for today. The question is, where do I want to end? How many doors? Three, I believe. Might as well. This room can have 8 doors. What the hell? Okay, well that's something. I'm trying to think. The Secret Garden is the west door and also the east door behind the Power Hammer wall. The Grace Hall is the east door. Use my words. This is the west door as well. What the hell? Okay. Wow. I guess these are spawned in these locations because it can't spawn a door here due to the dark room being behind us. That was something. That's even better. Holy shit. Okay. The run is not dead quite yet. I don't have a burning glass, so there's literally no point doing that. I don't know if we need a, give me a shovel or something, please. Of course not. I don't know if we need a gem to make the greenhouse or not. I'll go with that because I want to see if that puts an additional room in the mechanarium. I don't think it will, though. It literally doesn't matter now if I turn the power on or off, and the dark room doesn't help me either. Master bedroom would be very nice. But that is a relatively good consolation prize. Can't use the dig points. I do not have the telescope. Oh wow. Now you give me all the gems. It's a fucking game, honestly. Is there anything else I can do here? I don't think so. I've opened up another door. Again, I don't have the information to solve the sigil. Yeah, I prefer to end here. I can run down and check the nook. But I mean, I already know the word is beside. Swing Carcass. If I had an applause sound effect that I could play, I would play it right now. Swing Carcass says, the planetarium is a constellation prize. Well done. I mean, I already know that the word in there is nook, so just looking through my notes. We need to get into the nursery for the Red Prince. I mean, I could just go back and look through my videos, but I don't want to. Library. I just find it kind of unbelievable that there'd be 4 words here, like word, word, library, word. That's not how you spell library, I don't care. But that's basically another clue, perhaps. But that's my best bet at whatever's next. And 10 decipher, yeah, okay, that's all nothing. I need to get into the patio. I'm tempted to just look at my old footage for the patio because getting in there is a pain in the ass. And I've got to get into the office. That's 2 gems. I think the patio is 1 gem. The side bridge. I can think of the bridge outside the room, but that's about it. Homer J, how are you doing, dude? Did we find anything useful in the outer room? Not really. I found the deed, but apart from a date on there, the 13th of May, 1912, which I assume is maybe going to be a safe combination or something, I didn't find anything in there that will be actually quote-unquote useful. I assume the deed is huge, but I don't understand why. Alright, well I just picked up a bunch of gems that I can't use. And having done that, let me just check to see if this did actually spawn an additional door. I don't think it will. No. So for the mechanarium to have its full use, I need to craft potentially up to 7 other rooms before going in. But the problem is, as I looked at the start of the stream, we've only got 6 rooms here. We've only got 6 mechanical rooms. The mechanarium counts as a 7th, but I think I need 1 more. So I've got to ask, what is with the steps there? Is that a thing? Look at those steps. It's like we're entering the room, doing a little pirouette, and then leaving. I don't see that pattern on any other rooms that we go in here. I mean, yeah, it's a ballroom, you do some dancing or whatever, but I find that a little bit unusual, those steps on that little diagram there. Alright, so let's go to sleep in the planetarium and try to forget that today ever happened. We've read a new clue. We've got 2 things to investigate. But they're all fairly, not long-term things. They're not anywhere near as long-term as trying to figure out the 44 word clue, which I still don't understand. But it's still a fairly long exercise, nevertheless. These urns are not the same shape as what we saw in a new clue, so I don't think we can smash them with the sledgehammer. But that is something worth bearing in mind, I guess. New joke. I can't pronounce your name, I'm so sorry. Nudge Goes Plays. How are you doing, dude? Thank you for dropping in. I see that combination of letters in your name and my brain just breaks. This is going to be the planetarium out here. I'm going to go for the tool shed. Nice. And speaking of sledgehammers, am I back in my house now? I am. I am back. I sound like a normal person speaking into a proper microphone rather than into the DualSense produced by Sony Computer Entertainment, whoever they are, Japan. Can I break anything here? Wow. Oh my god! We just found ourselves a microchip, fellas. Oh man, when Anne Babbage and whoever come through this house overnight, they're gonna have the shits with me. Wow, okay, is that a permanent? I was going to say, I thought that these next couple of runs might be short ones, just so we can draft some of these rooms like the nursery and whatnot to read the book. But this one could be very short. I did not think we'll be able to smash those because they did not look like... Where am I going? They did not look like the illustration in a new clue. I'm hoping that's permanent. We'll find out, I guess. That didn't change anything here. Ralphine, how you doing? They look exactly like the illustration in the new clue. Disagree. They, let me bring it up. View details. No. View large icons. That doesn't help me at all. Fuck. Where is it? I'm looking. So I got a bunch of ages and whatnot. Did I actually take a screenshot of that? I did. They don't look like this, dude. They don't have that pattern. Or correction, they didn't have that pattern. They were like a very solid color of just basically straight like beige or whatever. I didn't see that pattern on them, so I looked at them. I'm like, yeah, we're not smashing those. I mean, I did see, we can't see it on this magnifying glass, but he is definitely in the entrance hall here, because on the ground, there's the 9x5 grid, and he is in the entrance hall location. So I did think, when I was reading this, yeah, okay, there's going to be some vases in the entrance hall, and there totally are, but they don't look like that. If they do have that pattern, I did not see it at all. I'm going to have to go back and check. Hopefully they buy some new ones overnight, because if those are permanently smashed, same shape, I'm not even convinced they were the same shape. Give me a minute. You're forcing my hand here, chat. That's interesting. Why is that stopped? Bear with me. Okay, there we are. Let me just go back a minute or so. Yeah, I could give you the pattern. I don't know if I can give you the color. You can definitely get the yeah, you're right. I hate to admit it, but you're right. I personally don't think they are that shape though. Like, you look at that, that seems to be oval or whatever. That had to be exactly the same. Yeah, I know. That's what you're saying, and that's all good. Let me just try bring up Firefox really quickly here. Give me a sec. Does this work? Blueprints paints. Why is that not working? Because I don't have the source on that particular thingamajig. Window capture, Firefox. I need to do that whole stupid client area thing, don't I? It's a window. No. Fuck. Capture method. Right, I've got this stupid ass problem where it is once again not capturing the entire area. Can't see anything that I'm doing that's totally fine, but I'm just trying to... Okay, I've got to turn off client area, that makes more sense. Firefox. Show me my Firefox window, please. It is the one that's... Oh my god. I'm losing my mind, chat. Why is that all working? I don't know why it's not working until I transition to it. So basically, we are looking at... that versus that. To me, I looked at it and I went, no, that's not the same vase because it's gold on top and bottom and it's blue in the middle. I didn't notice the waving pattern at all. But yeah, it is definitely intended to be a clue there, but I looked at it and I'm like, no, that's not it. So when I went back for it, I'm like, oh shit, it's actually working. That was shocking to me. Yeah, I'll give you that. It's close enough that it's intended to be the clue, so yeah, it's all good. I'm just being salty because I suck at puzzles and I suck at video games. Let me just refresh that. Put you back over there. Looks very similar. I don't know. Mind you, I'm also colorblind, so bear that in mind, I guess. I've got 2 microchips. Entrance hall, vase, hammer, those are the takeaways. Yeah, that's it, Agent. That's exactly it. I should just take the W and stop whinging. Really? Wow. Off to a great start here. Or? Where? Wow, okay. I'll pick up another magnifying glass, even though I won't use it on this run, I think. Lots of gems, yes please. Shovel, yes please. No, I want those gems. Rolfine 1, when you found the microchip, you were so sure you'd get another one from the second vase. Yeah, me too. I'm like, let's smash the second one and get another one, but no. Nothing. Homer J, most people don't even realise the clue with the vase and hammer, so that alone already was big brain. It wasn't really, because he was literally standing on the blueprints. And it's like, oh, entrance hall. Okay, sledgehammer, entrance hall. There are vases in the entrance hall. That must be something. I don't know. Greater chance of finding items in green rooms. Yeah, okay, let's do that, and we'll do a green run, I guess. So I would like to find the nursery and whatever other rooms we've got. What am I doing? It worked very well last time. And that I'm pretty sure I've already got, but let me check. Checking my notes, bear with me. That is the electromagnets, which I have never created. So I just need to close down some of these windows before my computer starts crapping itself. I've never created the electromagnets and I don't know what it does, so that's something that I need to do for a particular trophy. I mean, that is an item, but it's not what I have. So do we have a water source in here? Apart from the watering can, I mean. I still question if we enter the greenhouse from the west there, whether we actually get this. And it looks like we can power hammer that as well, but I don't have it. Yeah, that's the south antechamber door. We kind of already knew that though. What is this picking up? Never mind, I'm blind. I want the library again so I can get the next book out, which is going to be Realm and Rune. I can't do any reading in here, thank God. So I need to check out one of these 3 books. Realm and Rune has got a clue in it, as does Fixed Stars, but we can get that out of the observatory. I do wonder if that's a different edition of the book though. And hopefully I'm not getting trolled there. I've not read these 3, so I'll take Realm and Rune next because I believe that may help me with some deciduals downstairs. Yep, Graham. That's another green room. I completely forgot to check if I have a water source inside the greenhouse or not. expensive, but I can afford it. I'm out of water, so I would love to run into the kitchen now. Where's the angel? That's, yeah, come on. Please. That's very finicky. Come on, there's got to be something in here. Yeah, I don't know about this room. You get a couple of dig points. You had allowance, but that's gone. All you really get out of this is a 3-way corridor. Right, that's a dead end, but we're going in there. So for the first and only time that I actually pay more attention to this, rather than looking through the telescope. So the fixed stars, page 8, word 6. Page 1 is here. Page 3, page 5, page 7, page 8. That's devastating to my cause. Unless it wants me to look up there. That's interesting though, look at this. This book is missing a couple of pages. Fuck, does that mean the one in the library is different? I don't think so, unless there's more of a preface to it. Because it clearly says to, what is it? Assume page count starts on title pages. But I don't see how we get word 6 out of this page here. 1, 3, 5, 7, 8. We don't get a page 6 out of that. A word 6. Okay, this I don't know. Homer J, I still hope The Curse of Blackbridge will be on Spotify's podcast someday. Couldn't be asked to read it. It's like 100 pages. Oh shit. Right, that's going to be a stream of its own, I think. Just looking at like some of these sentences here. Okay, no. These are not page numbers, they are the number of stars on the page. So it is 3, page 5, page 7, page 8. What am I missing here? I don't think I've missed anything. Blue is fixed stars. Page Z, word 8. It was definitely blue. Assume page count starts on title pages. That led me directly to the library here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Y was 7. Okay, I don't know if I've got this right or not. Like right now I'm just looking at any pages with 6 words. I know I shouldn't do this, but let me try it. Page 1, page 2, page 3, page 4, page 5, page 6, page 7, page 8. Farmers' apples. Apples are extra delicious. That means the word will be delicious. I'm certain this was the same book that we saw in the library though. But let's think about this. So, if this is running in order, if we're looking at word 6, if I've got that right, then star, bean, or delicious, which doesn't seem right at all. Rooms. Room seems relatively good. Off. Green. I'm assuming it will be one of these words, and I'm looking at the wrong page. That doesn't seem right, though. It's possible the book that I saw in the library is different, but I would have to go through my streams to try and find that. It's one of the very early books that I checked out, and then realized afterwards, oh shit, it's the same as the one in the observatory. That's distressing. I genuinely thought I was onto something there. I may not be now. What have I got? Right, we just went through a bunch of green rooms. Any flowers in here? Not in this particular green room. Not even sure what I want to make here. I do not have 2 green rooms, I have 4. Alright, so this is the other book that I can check out. Nothing? Okay. So the pages are unlabeled. We are allegedly looking for page 9, word 6, if I've got it correct. Page 1 is on the right. 3, 5, 7. This can't be the answer. What am I missing with this cipher, perhaps? There were definitely arrows that were not greater than symbols. I'm just looking through my screenshots. Did I even take a screenshot of that? I'm not convinced I did. Shit. I didn't. Once again, I'm going to rewind my stream. I was there for about half an hour, so it should be very easy to find. All the words are on the odd pages, so something is not right here. Right, that's me looking at the root cellar note, so it's nearby. XYZ ABC. Actually, it was on the next page, wasn't it? Dead end, major key. Right, where is it? It's waiting for me to highlight the XYZ ABC part. Alright, screenshotting that. What can you see at the moment, chat? You can see that. You see corner cases. Let me just find another thing. So this is what we're looking at. We're running sequentially like that, X, Y, Z, A, B, C. We were told that in the Violet book, which is a new clue, on page B, which was page 10. I'm misreading page 10 perhaps. I don't think so. Word Y. And library is circle. Presumably that is the correct word. But the way is pointing to this. Hang on. Wait a minute. The way is pointing to X, Y, Z, A, B, C. That's not a simple cipher substitution. At least I don't think it is. But even then, how would that work? Because it works here with X, Y, Z, A, B, C to translate that into 10 and 7, but what am I looking at here? B was 10. And Y was 7. I don't think it's helpful to say that H was 7 or... I'm confused. The only thing I know for certain is that... Oh wow, it is raining outside. Took out my earphones to think for a moment and I can hear rain outside. Page A. That can't be an odd number because we don't have words on any of these pages. We assume the title page is page 1. On the right there, so that's page 1. All of the words are on even numbered pages. What am I missing here? To me, this looked very solid. Assume page count starts on title pages. Violet, we say that page, or we say that word Y is the 7th word. X, Y, Z, A, B, C running in order like that. So we say that Y here is 7. And then if we just count up to Z8, A9, B10, we're on the 10th page here. And that lines up perfectly with this. But the other two aren't lining up and I'm not sure why. Unless it's telling me there are words hidden on page 9 that I've not seen, which I sincerely doubt. Page 3. I don't believe there are words on this page for a moment. If there are, Alright, I need to give this one some thought because I'm clearly not understanding something about this puzzle. The thing that's concerning me is the fact that the words "the way" are circled here. Time after time that the library loaned. We couldn't check out the red prints from the library. We can check out the fixed stars, so maybe there's a difference there. I don't think there is though. I'm pretty sure I looked at it and said this is identical. We searched from their covers all the way through. So the covers is pointing down to this clue here. We assume the page count starts on the title pages, and that's exactly what I did with the new clue. Once again, going back through my screens to confirm. Although I've got to go a ways back because of just how slowly I read that book. Also had that moment of realization where I knew what was going on with the so-called corner cases. If the word is buried, then I've got a shovel. When did I start reading this book? I'm losing my mind, chat. I wish you could see what I'm looking at right now, but setting it up is going to take fucking God knows how long. Alright, so how many pages are in this book? How many books are in these pages? That makes sense, doesn't it? I think so. So we open the book. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Yeah, these two pages are unquestionably 10 and 11. According to the very specific criteria that I've set out. But this cipher doesn't work for the other books. The way. Those are all characters in XYZ ABC range. Yeah, I'm not following what I've done wrong here. Red is A, so we're looking for page 9. Word X. Word 6. There's got to be something significant that I've missed there, and I can't fathom it right now. I might have a look at it offline, so I'm not certain that I'll be able to find the answer there either. Like, I'm struggling here. This is a title page, so page 1. This here is page 9. Unless it wants me to say 4. That's all I can think of. But I don't believe that's correct. That's the wrong book. Yeah, I don't know. That doesn't seem correct. Going to need to go back and look. Alright, well this is very depressing. I've got into those two rooms. I've got Realm and Rune next. But based on what I've seen, I'm not convinced I'm going to get anything out of it. Agent might be something to put on the back burner. I hope it makes sense later. Yeah. That's all I can do at this point. I didn't pass the nook. But I know the word there is beside. I expect this run will die very shortly anyway. No, the office is one of the rooms. West is lowercase. Okay, hang on. Yeah. The patio is buried. I'm certain of that. I don't care about the size. If that was buried, then the message is buried beside West Bridge. There was nothing in the library. I don't believe there was anything in the parlor. We actually have that note inside the parlor, so let me go check that if I can. I've got a shovel. I have to check. Let's spread the gold, even though I'm not going to get anything for it, because our estate is small. Actually, no, let's just log into the network and see if we can start an experiment. I completely forgot this was a room that I needed to enter to accomplish something. That. I don't have the hallways this time, unfortunately. I'll do that. All of them pretty bad, but that's fine.
You have a fetish or something?
I do, but Jesse, I wish you would stop saying that. Sanka, thank you for following. I appreciate it. Thank you for hanging out in chat. Indeed, everyone who's watching this, thank you for watching. I don't understand why you're putting up with this, but thank you. I sincerely appreciate it, as always. So hoping for a metal detector. No, not a metal detector. I've got the shovel. You know what? I've got no idea what I was hoping for in this room. Spread. That's going to kill the run. Okay, the run's over. That kills the run immediately unless we find a keycard in here. What's that, a pantry? I mean, I know the word is bridge. I would love to find the broken lever in here, though, just to prove that it works. Wine purse. Fuck. Give me a workshop, please. A workshop would be highly desirable. It's fun to watch others beat their heads against a wall. Yeah, I get it. I get it. I'd love a workshop, just so I can craft something. Just to see what it does. Plus we've got a coin purse, so you know. Entrance hall. We're not done though, because I believe I have something else to do outside. Something West Bridge. I wonder if those things will get repaired tomorrow, or if that's a permanence. Okay, no sign of the aforementioned workshop. Oh wow, it is here. Okay, let's go check that out. We can't get there, but let's go check it out anyway. No. I'll go with that because we might get a key card. Alright, we're not done. That just happened. That's 3 items. Where's the 4th? Or can I not count? Against all the odds, we are not done here. Sleeping mask. I would love a workshop, please, and I'd also love to go back to the greenhouse. How many steps do I have? Not that many. But I want to go back there anyway to plug the lever in here and see if it works. Or whether there's something else we need to do to repair it. I'll grab those. Do we have a water source in here? It's that simple. Okay. That's how we can open the south doors to the antechamber. Won't skip that one because I've never opened that door before. That's something. It looks like we can break that open. Do we have a water source? Silly. Very true. If you're of average intelligence, roughly half of the planets will be more stupid than you. Yeah, that's something that keeps me going, honestly. Think of how dumb the average person is, and then consider that 50% of the planet is dumber than them. Also, how you doing, dude? Hope you're doing well. I was hoping that we could fill the water canister here, but I don't think we can. The room is irrigated, but I don't see anywhere we can actually draw water. Maybe the kitchen. It's surprising though, I'm pretty certain that the water is activated in here. Like in the pump room, I mean. But I don't see anywhere I can fill up. That's something. There's something in the weight room that we need to knock down, and we've got something here that we need to knock down. And based on what we've seen in the secret garden, that's going to be a permanent. Okay, well, I have two things to do outside. First, I need to check out the West Bridge, and secondly, I need to go to the Foundation to keep the run going. The patio wood was buried. I remember that. Now, West Bridge. Is it talking about that, or is it talking about that? What have we got? Oh, fuck me. A small data microchip buried in an old jar. Looks like I might be able to plug in some. Okay, we're potentially not going to fucking room 46 today. What the hell? Sally, you're doing good. Happy to see you still enjoying it. Was looking a bit on the way home and saw you take a first look at a new clue. Yeah, I had a feeling that there was something near the bridge. I mean, it said beside bridge on the early clues that I'd seen. Without looking at a new clue, I mean, because I saw that looking through my videos, but that just gave me the additional 1% of having to get a shovel out there and look beside the West Bridge. What have we got here? Oak Castle Court. What the hell have I unlocked? Is this permanent? There's definitely a boss on the other side of that door. I don't believe you. Not forgotten about the house. There's nothing here. That's a weird background, but okay. Stock up on healing. Prepare the shotgun. I'd rather prepare my pantaloons. What have we here? Indian ruins. We did read on the deed that this is a large area. I don't remember how many acres. And this music though. Whoa. Reclaim the crown. I thought I already had that. The crown of the blueprints. Found a secret floor plan. Would you like to permanently add throne room to your drafting pool? Yes, please. That is a black prince. One moment. Give me a moment. Where's my screenshot? Room 46. Fifth key is held by King on his throne. Is that where we're going to find the fifth key? I think it is, just quietly. Starting tomorrow, throne room will be permanently added to your draft pool. The Rendian symbol. Found floor plan. What? Okay, never mind. It's going to show up tomorrow, isn't it? I was hoping we could look at it immediately. How many black prints do we have? Tomb? It's just tomb. Unless it's showing up here somewhere. I doubt it. How many rooms are we missing? Missing Ace? I thought I was missing another one. Am I losing my mind? I might have been missing the trophy room last time I went through here. Right, so if I'd been paying attention to the maps, I would be able to see... well, I'll be able to tell what town that is. Silly floor plans only show up here once you draft them, if you remember correctly, so if you only picked one up but didn't draft it, it's not going to be there. Disagree. I could have sworn I saw the lost and found in the directory before actually drafting it. It was showing up as like a grayed out version. Like it was showing up here, but they were showing up as grayed out. Or not as bright. So I think it'll show up tomorrow. We'll find out shortly, I guess. Do you want to do one more run after this? I said I didn't want to go late, but I think I'll go late now. Yeah, I could probably tell you what town that is if I look at the map. Sunko, is the postcard in the bedroom a picture taken from there? Possibly. I'll check next time I go through. Alright, well we opened that up. We got a floor plan, which is going to lead to something, possibly a sanctum key. However, I'm not convinced we found much else in there. We still don't have the admin password. May as well try it while I'm here, right? No, we don't get numbers there. I was thinking of trying 05131912. I wonder if that's a permanent. I see now that it's not terribly helpful if it is, even if it is a permanent. That I don't know about. Gotta give that some thought. Agent, they'll be dimmed out if you haven't drafted them yet. That's what I'm trying to say, yeah. I could potentially get into room, whatever it is, room 46, but I don't see the point. All we're going to get in there is the crown. And by that point, I'll be out of steps. Like, there's no tactical advantage to going into that room. What else can I do around here, though? I guess I can, I should have crafted a hallway from the secret passage. That was a mistake. I would have been able to spread dirt on my lovely driveway. Alright, anything nice in here? Nice. Also nice. I'm to the blind side. Well, I'm colorblind, so I'm not really colorblind, but I'm slightly colorblind. What am I doing to try and keep the run alive? We just mentioned bedrooms, so let's check that out. You have a sleeping mask, which will help. Nah, not that. It could be that town. But I don't think that is just Reddington. I thought Reddington was a larger place than that, if that makes sense. Like, Reddington is a region. Maybe that's just a town within Reddington. That's going to involve me going all the way back around, so I won't do that. Let's make the nook. Where you can see the word beside. That's how we need to look near the bridge. Okay, we're doing that. I don't care if we miss a room, we're doing that. I've never been in here. One step for each room in your house. I don't gain it until I walk in. Huge. Sally, have I read a sightseer's guide to Reddington? I have. I don't remember it terribly well, though. Right. Master bedroom. H.S. Sinclair's own room. Though perhaps soon you may consider it your own. Fun for the family. Fuck off. Borajai boxes were a popular fad in the early 30s among both the peerage and common crowds. These small mechanical puzzle boxes originated on the island Borajai as a children's game, but quickly gained popularity among seafarers who valued the compact boxes as both lockbox and entertainment on long voyages. Over time, the boxes spread from port to port and eventually found their ways into the homes and hearts of every realm. A traditional Borajai box is distinguished by a lid featuring a 3x3 grid of white and grey tiles. Each white tile can be pressed like a button, which will change the colour of that tile and the surrounding squares. The goal of each box is to find a way to make all 4 corner tiles into white squares. These simple rules evolved as the game spread across the world. Regional variants introduced new colours and mechanics, offering greater challenges and local flavour. Flavour? Yeah. There's a letter missing there. Whatever. I speak English, not American. While the fad may have ended, Borajai boxes still make for a memorable gift for both collectors and puzzle enthusiasts. Not that. I had it, damn it. That was a misclick. That's an easy one. Alright, allowance goes up by 2, that's good. Why do you have cannons in your bedroom, sir? But if that's correct, then it means that this is for... But it mentioned a title page. To my encouraging uncle, who opened many doors for me. Ever grateful, Mary. P.S. They made me change the ending. Of course, as you predicted. Yeah, you mentioned it was too... Someone mentioned it was too political, that note in the attic. Who is this guy? That's our father, and I've got no idea who it is. Also, that glove. That's our father. Let me screenshot that because I'm just deeply disturbed by that. This is the first time I'm seeing a face that looks like that. Unless maybe there was someone like that in the safe house downstairs. I assume that's where we grew up. Looks like a bad relic of the bus's sword or something. Alright. I suppose I can sleep here? No. Okay, what have we got? Swords and cannons. Weird guy. Simon, I never intended to finish writing this letter, but by now, you must know that... I feel like it should be like a Monty Python reference. At the end there or something. So, did he die writing this? He never intended to finish writing this letter, but by now you must know that... Cute. Very cute. Hello. Herb, the controls for the Foundation elevator are located behind the Foundation wall. This means the controls can only be accessed by another room adjacent to the Foundation. Unclear if this is a security feature or a flaw. Please advise. We found that like 30 hours ago. Have I seen that note before? I feel like I have. Is that all we're getting in here? The only thing we found is the different copy of the Red Prince, which... I don't see any differences here apart from the fact that it is personally signed. To your uncle. The only other thing we've got is we have someone here who I assume is our father. Okay. I think that's all we're getting out of here for now. Again, what year is that? 1213. Same as what we saw in the wine cellar. There's nothing I can really do here unless I want to order something at the next commissary. Commissary. How do you pronounce that fucking word? What have I not seen? That's the music room, library, wine cellar, vaults, nook, generic corridor, likely the attic, spare room, walk-in closet or similar, office, where we are now, nursery, the archives, which I'm still deeply concerned about. Why is that a thing? I don't believe I can interact with any of these terminals or whatever, or any of these monitors. Showroom, gallery, nook again. Yeah, there's two of the nook here. Why is the nook so secure? Ballroom, hall, and vaults. Yeah, there's literally nothing we can do here. Other than grabbing something here, perhaps. Like a metal detector, for example. Although, having said that, I really should have gone for the magnifying glass, because we do have Roman Rune coming. Really? Alright, I'll go for that. Do we have any tomorrow rooms? We do not. Why is the safe house pointing me here? It's pointing me to the archive. The camera's looking here. I feel there has to be something here, but I don't know what. I don't believe I'm trolling myself with that either. I think there is something there, but I don't know what. I'll take that. We'll get some keys for our efforts. Again, 12 major keys. Was this always here? I missed that key, and that's the only reason I found that. Rota. Who is Rota? Partly Rota. Sunker. Yes, I was always there. Fuck. Mr. Rota. Mrs. Babbage has told me you'll be overseeing network maintenance over the next few weeks while I will be gone, and I apologize in advance for the extra workload. I believe I'll be back in Reddington by the middle of February, but even that is not a certainty. Either way, I do not anticipate there will be any major issues while I'm gone, as the difficulties we were having last month with the terminal connections seems to be resolved. If there is an emergency and you find yourself having to enter the central server site, I have set you up with a temporary admin key to allow you access to the network administrator controls. Admin key. First 4 letters of your last name followed by first initial. The first and fifth character should be capitalized. If you have any questions, please let me know in the next few days before my departure. Randolph. That's Randolph Moore, who gave us the letters in the lab. Really? So assuming this is normal and not, a completely fuck-ass puzzle, first four letters of last name, followed by first initial. I assume that's the first name initial. Don't know for certain. So for me, that would be that. Actually, I can't say that. That's my real name, chat. So this person's name, can't see it on screen at the moment, but it's fine. Is Harsley Rota. So I believe it is that. That's if I'm reading it correctly and I'm not getting trolled. But I don't know if that's a thing or not. Even though I've been trolled on a new clue, the first and fifth letters should be capitalized. First four letters, followed by first initial, so it's a 5-letter login. Alright, I need to get back there. Fuck, I did not realize I was in there. Yeah, we'll do that. Why the hell not? Let's go to the antechamber, even though we can't go in because I didn't unlock it downstairs. I've probably got enough steps now to make it so. So the backup lever for the... That's the secret one, isn't it? Yeah. So this opens the east at the moment. Well, it sets it west at the moment because that's a secret one. This room can open the east one. The backup for the east one is in the Mecharium. And this west one is the backup for the one with the Great Hall. I think. I'm confused. I'm going to need to start writing this down. The thing is, I don't see the points in going to room 46. There's nothing in there. Apart from the crown. Every room in the antechamber is open. Except for, or every door I should say. Except for the north door, which I can go down and do because I've got enough steps. Let's keep looking around. Can I find the garage, please? Oh yeah, that shouldn't matter. I've got freaking 14 keys. The tomorrow room. I'll try this just to see if the run... You know what, let's go with that. That's more useful and I know it. I don't know if we'll get any more letters, but I need a new experiment to see. This was the guy who was stealing the Baron's mail. He lived in the hovel. I searched that room pretty thoroughly on the previous stream and I couldn't find anything in there apart from that one diagram of him trying to break into room 46. They're floating, but I can't reach them. Simon is thoroughly allergic to water. We can't go in there, otherwise we'll die instantly. How many tomorrow rooms do I have? Just one. So we'll start tomorrow with 2 keys at least. Can I get there? Yes. Okay, I see it. I see it. But what the hell do I do with that word? I see it. I just saw it. Where the hell do I input a 6-letter word? If not the terminals. I just saw it there. I just turned my brain off, looked at it, and went, oh shit, there's a code there. I don't know what to do with it. What word? You missed it? So did I the first time around. The first letters of each word, of each sentence rather, spell a message. This looks like a spot. Can I dig? Let's dig up the foyer. What I've got? It's probably just a bunch of gems or keys or something. I've got the steps, I can go back for it. I just wanted to do that for comedic effect. Dude. This had better be amazing. It's not. It's really nice unless I get a gift shop right now. So the word is sacred. Did you not see that? I can go back to the foundation easily, I can spend the steps. I saw it. The thing is, I've read that a couple of times. I made notes on the window directions and whatnot, but if you look at the notes here, look at the first letter of each line and read down. It says sacred. S-A-C-R-E-D, sacred. What the hell do I do with that word? It reminds me of that time someone made a fake rental thing that they got from their landlord or whoever, and then they showed it on Reddit, and then it went viral without any of the News Corp's permission. And then if you read the first letter on each line, it said, fuck news corporations. Alright, well this is not going to kill the run immediately, but let's see what this is. Right, we have a way to the answer chamber. If you folks are saying that you weren't aware of that word, I don't believe you. Try to be polite there as well, and I'm sorry. You've all played this game before, I assume, and I've assumed you would have known that word. What is going on here? That's weird. Normally this is not in this position. I have to switch it and then do it. I've got a few more than 2 green rooms. Oh god, swimming, look away. Lemon glazed salmon, charboiled cajun, I'm mispronouncing that, I know, spiced salmon, lemon butter sauce, served over spinach leaf, no thank you, plus an additional 10 steps if you have an aquarium inside your house. Okay, I've got 85 steps. How did that happen? How the hell did that happen? That'll give you enough time to get into room 46, masturbate, go outside, and then try this new admin password. Really? Furnace? Do I fill the fountain? Shaki, how you doing? Hope all is going well. The kitchen is drained. I want to drain the pool. The more I think about this, the more I think the fountain just isn't useful being drained, so let me drain the pool. Because I can get stuff out of there at least. The issue I've got right now is I just don't see what use it is to go to room 46. Really? No. So I do question if I can get to the pool quickly enough, whether we see it draining or not. But give me something. Sadly, I do not have enough to purchase everything here, which I know is a trophy. Wait, double steps? Wow, that would have been huge. Yeah, I'll grab that. The ornate compass, we may rotate them. I think it needs gems to do that though, doesn't it? The chronograph is the 60 seconds thing, isn't it? No? While drafting, you may rewind time after drawing new floor plans. I'll check that out at some point, I'm sure. Conservatory? And let's go for the pantry. If I get the vaults, that will be incredible. Sadly not. Let's go with that. Rotate is free with the chronograph, use my words. So that's a different key now because we've already got the Sanctum key out of here. That doesn't help me. No. That's it for the run. We'll go outside. We'll check out room 46. I'll check out the admin password, see if that's a thing. Oh, okay, that's huge. I've never seen two of those rooms before. We've got the magnifying glass. Do I have a way of opening this? I don't suppose this changes with the date? No. What was the date that I entered here? Try and putting sacred? I don't know how to translate that into... Well, I don't have a Nokia 3110 with me to try and translate that. If I did, I would try, but I can't. What's the first day here? It was November 7th, wasn't it? Yeah, so... What about 0711? Not sure if that worked. It won't be that because this is... Actually, it could be that. I feel there should be a way in here. Agent, how do the other safes work? You input a code and they open. Yeah, day one was November 7. How much I just brute force it? I mean, it is brute forceable with 365 different combinations. However, I feel that if you're watching me do that, you're not going to be watching me for very long. What have we here? We have the solarium, which I've been in. Still don't understand how that works. Whenever you enter vestibule, 3 of the doors in this room unlock and the 4th one becomes locked. Interesting. Whenever you draw dove codes while drafting, you may rotate floor plans. Let's take that one. I like animals. Yeah, I still think if I get back into the chapel, I can start naming the angels here. Everest Knight, how you doing? You've done that in Rust before. Most people pick dates or couplets 5252. Isn't that the name of a certain bus from Speed? Was that 2525? I've got no idea what that could be. And this is the drafting room, isn't it? Maybe it's not. So if it's not the drafting room, which room is it? But I mean, that looks like a drafting board there. That was 2525. I was close, damn it. It's like basically the same 4 numbers, just shuffled around a bit. I don't imagine that this would be the a repeat of one of the existing codes. There's only one other thing I could try doing, other than, you know, going to the admin terminal and also to the antechamber, and that is I could try going into the office and spreading the coins around and trying to purchase out the showroom. But have I tried 6767? Shaki, I will for you. I will for you. Also, if this works, I'm banning you, and if it doesn't work, I'm banning you anyway. Alright, Shaki's banned. Rip, it was nice knowing you. Thank you for all your love and support over the years. There's actually a lot that I can do here. I can see if I can get enough money to try and purchase out the showroom, but I don't think I'm going to have enough. Regardless of how big it is, I don't think it's going to be enough. So let's do a couple of things. Let's go open the antechamber, because I might as well. Then I'll go outside. I'll check out the admin terminal. I'll go to the office, I'll spread the coins. I don't believe I can log into security through the network. But what I can do instead, perhaps, is I can check out the rooms, pick up any coins that I see. And if I can get up to 60, then I can purchase out the showroom and then find somewhere to leave for the final blessing of the monk. Can't you just be normal, Shaki? Why can't you say like 6969 or something like that? 67? Honestly, you are the worst. Sacred, what can I do with that? Maybe I can import that into the computers, but I doubt that's going to do anything different. If it does, that would be incredible. It was in the context of the clock tower though, so I really don't know what I'm doing with that word. Shaki, this is the only channel you have the 6-7 badge turned on. What did I do to deserve this? I'm so sorry. If I've offended you in some way, I'm so terribly sorry. And also, I'm terribly sorry to everyone here, but I might end it after this run because we've gone over 3 hours. Granted, most of that time was me trying to figure out what the fuck a new clue was about. And I figured out one of the puzzles, but I can't figure out the second. Where am I going? There's nothing in here. I saw the filing cabinet and got very excited. Thinking about the aquarium clue again, not, you know, just saying filing cabinets in general. I did not get turned on by filing cabinets, chat. I figured out 2 new clue puzzles. It doesn't feel like it. The corner clue, yes. Okay, yeah, okay. The microchip in the entrance hall.
Is there a way to take off my pants?
Fuck me, Shaggy. Why would you do that? No, there is no way to take off my pants, but thank you for the resub, dude. Appreciate it. Oh my god, you are the best. We found 2 chips, yeah. Shaggy, thank you, dude. I do not deserve your love and support, but thank you. Okay. We opened that. That's huge, I acknowledge that. Is this going to work? Do we even have lowercase? We don't. No, hang on, we do. Is this going to work? Boom. Alright, what have we got? Randolph Moore's password. So wait, does that mean I can connect to a computer one day and then connect to a new one, or is it going to persist? We'll find out tomorrow, I guess. Timeouts. The timeout setting controls how long a computer terminal stays connected to the network without disconnecting from the server. The default setting immediate requires a new connection each time the user attempts to log into the network. Yeah, that's a pain in the ass, so I'm going to set that to 1 month. I may have to come back here. Email setting. I'm pushing down, I swear. Oh my god. That's huge. Inbound, outbound connections and electronic mail communications outside of the local network have been temporarily disabled. Are these going to be different mailboxes? Because the ones going to the office certainly seemed like they were going to the office and nowhere else. If we get new things there, then I've got to go back into all those rooms. And I can do that, so I'm going to the office immediately after this. Alright, we are far from done. Gonna take a screenshot of that. Personal access. 3 additional delisted admin keys. I don't suppose I can see who they are. Last login, that's, is that today's date? It's day 37 or something like that. November, December. I don't think that's today's date, but okay. Personal notes, lead lab technician for Sinker, set up estate terminals and Blackbridge network. Who's this guy? Recent transfer from Sinker, former executive assistant to HS Sinclair, trusted with full admin privileges. I think that's someone's, we saw their notes inside the lab. Dan Babbage, author of all personal notes. Hartley, the Baron's valet for 20 years, substituting for Mr. Moore until we find a suitable assistant admin. Shaky, maybe it's last prior login, he never paid that much attention to the days. The thing is, we just logged in, so I assume that will be us. But that's, yeah, American date, that is, what, September the 1st. Log out and back in to be sure. I mean, we're logging on the same date, so I can check that. Who's D River? Ah, yes, you. Personal notes, terminated March 1992 for suspicion of blackmail, stealing the mail and whatnot, and not watering the plants. That's absolutely awful. Holy shit. Not watering the plants. Admin logs. How much have we got? Holy shit, that's a lot of logs. That's a lot of logs. I wish I hadn't read that. Alright. 20th of January 86, so a long time ago. The last cables have finally been laid, and the office terminal has been connected to the central network. Given the ever-changing nature of the rooms on the estate, we chose to install the server outside of the house to maintain connection stability at all times. A small cavern off of the eastern drive was selected for the server size. Next. All remaining computer terminals on the estate are now connected to the network mainframe, and we will now begin testing remote access capabilities between them. I cannot read. I've also asked the Baron to come up with a name for the network. Blackbridge. So that was 6 days later. 4 days later. After some deliberation, our network has been named Blackbridge, a somewhat ominous name for the project given the legend from which the term derives, though very fitting considering we chose an actual cave to house the mainframe. I only hope that our servers do not suffer that same fate that befell those in the story, which I've been told is 100 pages, so if I book that out of the library, I may not use the magnifying glass on that particular book, just saying. 1st of July. Regular maintenance report. Fixed a connection error that was occurring between the office and security terminal. We have also added electronic mail capabilities to each terminal that can be accessed via the network. Next year, 10th of February. Recording capabilities of all cameras on the estates have been disabled. Except for security, apparently. Additionally, the existing video playback functionality on the security terminal has also been removed. What is that? 2nd of March, deleted. 3rd of March, deleted. 4th of March, deleted. 6th of March, 7th of March, 9th of March. 14th. And then July the 10th, 11th, 12th. 25th. As requested yesterday, new admin key created, though the requested name doesn't quite fit with our typical length formatting. And that's what she said. 27th of April, 27th of August, fuck me, 28th of August. And then 1st of September, that is the last date of his login. Effective immediately, all electronic mail capabilities have been restricted and can now only, that is a word. And now can now only be accessed via the office terminal. That is a sentence. All other terminal inboxes have been archived and can only be restored via admin control. Done that. 20th of Jan 89. Temporary access to the mainframe and Blackbridge Grotto has been restored to perform routine maintenance. What is that? 4th of January. Temporary access to the... That's exactly the same. 91. 3rd of July. Updated access privileges for the following account types. Admin access. Full access to all features. Personal access. Access to user database. Archive access. Full access plus access to archived admin logs and deleted database entries. We need an account with archive access. Okay. I need to pay attention to the names around the estate. What about Sync H? 25th of November, 92, a couple of years later. RTA is down while we work on a solution to reported terminal connection failures. 3 days later. RTA is working again. Terminal connections tested and confirmed functional. To make future testing easier, added ability to access offline terminals through the RTA when Blackbridge is open. That's what we unlocked. 29th of January, 93. Prayer request. One temporary admin key has been added to the network. Ruth H. Don't know how to pronounce his last name. And then 1 month later, it was deactivated. One new admin key has been added to the network. Tom K, welcome to the team. The 1st of August. Added new data management features to Blackbridge admin control. Updated user database. And then, what is that? The 6th of November. So this is the day before we started. Changing of the guard. In preparation for Simon's arrival, inbound and outbound messages, as well as offsite connections from outside the estate, have been disabled per the instructions left by the Baron himself. Right. Wow. That's how you do it. Okay. I hate reading that. Duplicate save data, clear save data, create backup, restore from backup. Wow. So I guess I can try logging in. I thought I tried BABBA, but that's not an admin password. It wants an admin key. Alright, I thought I'd try that. The capitalization was wrong. Okay, thank you. Appreciate it. I did not notice. So those have expired. What about Tom K? You have access to the archives. 3 additional delisted. I can think of one other thing to try before I try Tom K. Right, our uncle wasn't like that unless he had a very unusual username. That's crazy. So all of those are still deleted. I'd love to know what that does. Won't find out until the next stream though. 3 additional delisted admin keys. If they're delisted, then they're not going to work anyway, correct? So the groundskeeper had something. So it stands to reason that the new groundskeeper would have something as well. You think I took a screenshot of the first page of the book though? I can't remember his name. I assume that looking through the archives is one of my next things that I need to do, but unless this crazy mofo created something for me, I don't think it would have. Okay, what about... No. What was her name according to the family tree? Epsom? I doubt it, but let me try it. This will be the last thing I'll try, and then I'll go back inside. No. Who's Mass M? Mary Matthew is the name of our mother that was referred to in the intro by Herbert Sinclair. I can probably bring that up. Give me a sec. I can't bring up the... I cannot bring up the screen. I don't want to, but I can definitely bring up the audio. Give me one moment. Bear with me. Yeah, this will definitely be the last run for tonight. Otherwise, I'm going to be going for like 5 or 6 hours, and you don't want that to happen. Not after what happened last time. Where is it? So just bring up my live stream from how many days ago.
The above. I, Herbert S. Sinclair of the Mount Holly Estate at Reddington, do publish and P. Jones, son of my dear niece, Mary Matthew.
Our mother's name, formal name, maybe, she appears to have a lot of names just quietly, was mentioned by Herbert S. Sinclair as Mary Matthew. That's why I tried Mass M there. I'm not going to make a wish. I need all the money I can guess. I opened the antechamber, didn't I? Yep, so let's go to the office. Let's see if we can read some mail. She has a lot of names. Yeah, I think she's got a lot of passports as well, just quietly. No, what am I doing? I need to spread the gold first before I check each room. What the fuck am I doing? Grading steps for no reason. Office is that way. I'll take that. Not sure why I got 5 steps there. Let's spread some gold. So I mean, it says terminal password. I assume Swan Song is the only thing that works here, but I may do some testing soon. So connecting to network. Log out. Doesn't have to do that login, so RTA... Yeah, it's not going to keep them online, it just bypasses the login requirements. It just speeds that up, which, don't get me wrong, is nice. That doesn't help all that much. I don't believe we can look at the email either. I don't think that works. But let me try the shelter. Right, is that because... No, I haven't drafted the laboratory. I don't know why I can't make the shelter. I could understand why we can... We've got security there. Why can't I make this shelter? Is that because I've got the tool shed there? I genuinely don't know. Spread gold. Log in. So if this is online, I should be able to connect to it. Here's a connection to the lab already this day. Ah, yes, that makes a lot of sense. Thank you. Thank you, Hammer J. That's not enough unless I can find the trunks. The trunks are in the pool. 44 plus interest. If the trunks have gems, we can survive. I can log into the network here, but that's going to give me the email for the office, correct? Yeah. Like, this is the office. So I would love to see. There's 4 other coins. Why is my metal detector not going off? That was odd. Lost my train of thought. Completely lost my train of thought. It's gone. It's completely and utterly gone. I've got to check all the rooms looking for coins so I can try and purchase out the showroom because I can get a trophy for that. And it's less about getting the PSN trophy at this point and more about me just trying to make some progress in this damn game. Why am I getting 5 for entering these rooms again? I thought I picked up a sleeping mask relatively early unless I'm losing my mind, which is entirely possible. I got gems and flowers out of that. Like the metal detector should have gone off when I was in the office and it did not, and that scares the hell out of me. Must have got a sleeping mask afterward. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. It's the only thing that makes sense. Looking for coins. I'm trying to get to 60 coins. If I can do that, I will be a very happy attribute. Wish I hadn't purchased so many gems now. Still think that's smashable, but I don't know what's behind it. Just making sure there's no mail hiding around here. So look at that, it is so dark outside. It's not dark, but this is a sign that I'm about to collapse, I think, because it's very late at night. Let's go forward. I still can't believe that was there the entire time. Right, we have something here. I should go check the tool shed. That's my words. I don't believe for a second there'll be anything here, but I need to check. Right, the metal detector's not going off, so yeah. Agents, you don't know if you've ever gone all the way till midnight. I wonder if it lets you. I'm probably just going to faint from exhaustion. The clock is moving, just very, very slowly. Right, where's the showroom? Where's the pool? Let me go south first. This won't cost me too much in terms of steps. But there was a gem there. I've got to go left. Right takes me towards the showroom, towards 6 rooms, which basically just leads in a sort of rectangular pattern. Right. Is there anything here? I have to know. There is. I need to get back to the shelter and I need to get back to the lab, the real lab. Date November 5. I forgot about Kirk Darren. What are these? 24. Is that 86? Okay, that makes sense. So this is the earliest mail. We'll start from the bottom, work our way up. Subject, another request. Mr. Darren, if you have any more of those red and blue memo sheets, the Baron has requested a handful of each for a new project he is working on in the clock tower. For my part, I can't understand for the life of me why you and the Baron continually insist on confounding my staff and every other person who stumbles upon one of your coloured memos. It's not confident confusion, it's best security, but it's not my department, so I'll leave that up to you and the Baron. The lack of full stop there is disturbing me, Mr. or Mrs. Ann Babbage, whoever you are. All I know is you're not terribly nice. The coloured memos. Security measures. Miss Babbage, I'd like to address one potential security vulnerability of having an antechamber lever in the waste room. Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa. That's behind the power hammer, isn't it? That is behind the power hammer. Okay. As the years have gone by, the Baron's frequency of working out in this room has gone from once in a red moon to as rare as a man without self-pity. As such, we find this room mostly relegated to guest use, and given that, an antechamber lever is not only unsuited, but also poses a security risk. I advise we either remove or conceal it and install a secondary lever to control the south entrance. South entrance, okay, so we can open that using the greenhouse and the waste room. So, west side, Secret Garden and the Mechanarium. East side, the Grace Hall and the Secret Garden. South side, the greenhouse and the waste room. North, there should be a second lever for that somewhere as well, but I don't know where it is. I can't get your genders correct. I'm so sorry. I'm so tired. This is why I need to end the stream a while ago. This is why I don't go late. Mr. Darren, sorry for the lagging reply. I am still learning how to use this machine. Thanks for bringing this issue to our attention. This was not something I had considered, but it does seem like a reasonable suggestion, and I will discuss it with the Baron during our next meeting. I know he has expressed interest in installing secondary access levers for both redundancy and convenience, so this may be the perfect excuse to allow him to execute those plans, should he still wish to do so. And Babbage, remember to save your notes? Doing it right now. Thank you, Mr. Carcass. That's the new clue screenshot, which I have scribbled all over, but it's fine. Did I modify anything else? I need to modify room 46 again, but that's fine. I know that I've got the music room key. Alright, everything has been saved. Kirk Darren, stop recording. Kirk, per our last meeting, effective immediately, please suspend all security camera recordings. That was a weird pronunciation. Live surveillance has been approved, but the Baron no longer wishes to have tape logs of activity on the estate. I know this might seem like a security risk, but I promise, good reasoning is behind this seemingly unsound decision. Kirk D is not a login that I tried, so I'm going to write that down. I say that having just closed paint.nas. I'll just put it down the bottom here near my new clue stuff. You can't see what I'm doing, it's totally fine. Admin. So we know that Moore is the primary login. Randolph Moore. Kirk D perhaps? There will be others. Is that all we can do here? Is that all I got? I think so. Yeah, I completely forgot that I connected to this earlier in the day. That makes total sense. I don't believe I can read the email from here, but I'll try. Kirk Darren or... Yeah, oh yeah, I completely missed that. Kirk D or Dark A. It's not lost on me though that they said that one of the logins was unusual. Like it broke the limits of the standard syntax. Which deeply concerns me, because if that's the case, it could be anything, couldn't it? I swear there is something here, I don't know what it is. If it turns out once I've completed this game and once I start looking up the wiki and whatever else, there's nothing there, I'm going to flip a table. You could even start with a 6. That I don't get. That reference I don't get at all. I never enter the mail room, so maybe there's something there. The pool, we have a pair of trunks. If I've got enough, I could potentially go back to the pump room and lower the fountain. That is a true in case of emergency. Break glass in case of emergency. If I can't get the coins that I need. Please give me coins. No! Yes! Right, if I can find the last coins, we're good. Maybe there'll be some in room 46. I doubt it though. Any coins up here? I saw a hint in another room, and it's distressing me because it really does seem like it's pointing to a filing cabinet in the archives. I can check coins at security. Yeah, I did that in the office when I spread them. I didn't have quite enough coins, but I would have had enough coins if these trunks contain coins, and they do, so... I believe I'll have enough, I just need to find them. They're back in the foyer, aren't they? Maybe not. Please. Don't make me fucking lower the fountain. Don't make me access my bank account. Would I even have the steps for that? 32 steps. Lower foundation. Foundation, basement, outer, grounds. That'll be 8 steps to get back in there. 10 steps once you consider that. I think I do actually have the steps to get back should I need to, but I prefer not to. Where am I going? Going that way. I'm rich, boys. While drafting, you may rewind time after drawing new floor plans. It won't help me for tomorrow at all, and it won't help me for this one at all, but... Oh, no. Alright, we're not getting that trophy. I've been trolled. I don't know if that's showing up because this here is... I mean, I know it's showing up. It's showing up because I bought everything else. But the question is, do I need to repurchase everything now to get that to show up again? I'm guessing the answer is yes. You want me to purchase that fucking trophy? Right, so I can go back and drain the fountain and grab another couple of coins, but god damn it. Thank you, chat, for not spoiling me on that. That was fantastic. And yes, I don't regret that at all. I have no regrets, chat. No regrets. So if I put 100 coins into the fountain, we can make that work. Yeah, like right now, I don't understand what the point of getting into this room is, unless maybe I need to bring this to the throne room. That's the only thing that makes sense. I'm not going to bother making a wish after that nonsense. Where do I want to end? How much can we pawn the crown for? Who knows? Who the hell knows? What do I want to put in the outside room? I'm not convinced I want to put anything in the outside room, to be honest. I'm just all depressed now, chat. Ending the entrance hall so we can draft 2 houses tomorrow. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like that's... that is interesting enough that I want to try it, but I know the doors will be blocked. But I'm interested to see, now that you say that, hopefully you've not spoiled anything, whether we get a different note. Because we definitely got a different note when we entered room 46, so that is interesting enough that I'll actually try that. It's probably nothing, but yeah, I'll give it a go. Either way, that is going to do it for tonight because my brain is frazzled and I've been trolled. I've been absolutely trolled. I've got to imagine that we do not keep the, use my words, we do not see the Trophy of Wealth when we enter the showroom next time. I'm hoping that's not the case, because if it is, that means we need a ridiculous sum of gold. Like we need 100 for the trophy and then however much the other items were, which, what was it, 160, 180, like 230 or something. That's almost asking us to win the sweepstakes. and then spend it on the showroom. That requires some heavy RNG unless I want to save scum perhaps. Alright, well, that was another productive day. We unlocked the admin terminal, we've got the throne room. Remember Jay, you think showroom is one of your favourite rooms to monk? Yeah, that's a good thought. Again, how do you accumulate that much money? New rooms, 1. What was a new room? I've already forgotten. The master bedroom. God, that was about 2.5 hours ago. Holy Christ. Right, let me take a very quick look at the outer room because I want to see if the entrance hall changes, but I will always have forward here. Which means we'll basically get the same thing next stream, which may not be tomorrow night. I'll see how I'm feeling after my blood test and after my Hitman Hitman stream. They're still broken. Oh no. So they're putting my allowance here, which is now up to 36, which is huge. We start with the lockpick and the ornate compass. That was due to these silver pendants. Allowance goes up a lot with the right experiments. Yeah, archive room, allowance goes up by 1. You're at 82 allowance, never need money anymore. Wow. I have been looking for that for the experiments, but I just haven't been getting lucky lately. So while I'm here, there's one more thing I want to check as well. Yeah, I'll try it. That's the same. The vases here are not broken, which makes me wonder what's going to happen if I bring a sledgehammer in here. Ace and face. See, I can do some of these. Like I can do the bullseye trophy, I can do the logical trophy. The trophy invention, I still don't know what to use the coin purse for, but I know what the other 2 recipes are. Buy out the entire showroom. I'm pissed about that. I'm annoyed. I just got trolled in the best possible way. And chat didn't tell me, and that's the best part about it, and I'm not even joking. Yeah. That's a waste. But it's interesting enough that I want to try that out. The other thing I'll check before I go is I want to see if this is still open. I assume it is. Based on what I've seen with the walls that we have power hammered, I assume that this is going to be open. Yeah. I shouldn't be doing this now, but I will. Alright, unless I'm getting that wrong, and don't tell me if I am, that dude does not have an admin password. We did see on the green notes, Kirk Darren is a pseudonym, and yet we see that name being used on the computer in security, so maybe that's not entirely true. So thinking what I can do next, I can go into the shelter and into the lab and read the emails. I've got to try and figure out just what the hell I'm doing wrong with a new clue. And let me check this. Yeah, see that? It's dimmed. It's here. We haven't made it yet, but it's dimmed. Same with this. 5 gems. And again, it's got that sketch on it. See how it's got a little sketch of the crown there? We don't see that on many other floor plans. We have something on the ballroom there on the right hand side. I mentioned this earlier, these steps. I can't imagine that's a thing, but if it is, that will be incredible. And still don't know what room number 8 is. Maybe next time I'll just go for blueprints and see if we can just get it to show up. Maybe I need to unlock it. I'm not sure. But either way, that is where I'm going to call it for tonight. It's 2 runs. The second run took forever, and I mean, I've learned a couple of things, but at the same time, I feel very, very lost. Like I'm just not sure what to do next. I didn't get what I want to get done tonight, which is drafting a freezer next to a furnace, but I think as time goes on, once I build up my money and once I get some very clear goals, what I'll be able to do is just blast through the runs much, much quicker, and then if I don't get what I want, I restart and then try again. And if not, we just keep going and see how it ends up. But I can see that I'm going to need a lot of gold. I need to craft a showroom again and see if the damn trophy shows up. If it doesn't, then I need a lot of gold, which means I need to bump my allowance in any way possible. But the experiments have just not been working in my favor recently. Alright, it is 3 minutes to midnight. I need to go to bed. Twitch, thank you for watching. YouTube, thank you for watching. Shaki, thank you for the tier 1 sub. Appreciate you, dude, as always. Everyone, thank you for putting up with me tonight. Me trying to figure out a new clue and just my absolute nonsense as always. I suck at this game and games in general, but I hope you're getting some enjoyment out of this. Alright, I'm out of here. Thank you, everyone. Look after yourselves. Back soon.